Good morning, everybody. My name is Salmon. My team members are Julia Lily Sabina Ore, Rosalind Bakesa, and we are dealing with electrifying Africa, and we chose Bright Africa as a theme for this presentation. And we will start with problem statement. Where is Africa now? Africa is in a disastrous situation, lacking clean and affordable energy. For example, 85% of Africans are still lacking clean cooking energy, and 600 million people in Africa living without electricity, and almost globally 900 million without clean cooking. Out of that, I will show in the next slide, 700 million of them are still living in Africa. And as you can see, still Africa depends on firewood, these women carrying firewood, and also lack of clean energy kills 7 million people worldwide, and most of them are in Africa. And in connection to the previous slide, still 700 million people in Africa lack a clean energy source to cooking. Example, this mom is pushing smoke as she cooks, and this is a current situation in Africa. Another problem in Africa is in a rapid deforestation state. 4 million acres of land or trees are cut down every year in Africa. This is causing deforestation, wildlife extinction, and soil erosion. And also, in connection to lack of clean energy or electricity, Africa is becoming, especially cities, our city growth is very bad. Lot of crowded cities, increased crime, unstable investment, and human trafficking is currently killing Africa. What we want to see, based on these problems, we want to get out of this problem, and we want to see a preferred state. What's the preferred state for Africa? It's clean, affordable, and sustainable energy for all, improved health, stable development without death, and death related to clean energy, health centers, schools, and individual homes with electricity everywhere. That's what we want to see for Africa. We want to see Africa educated, productive citizens, Africa free of corruption and crime, Africa protected wildlife without human trafficking, cities with healthy growth, with people with peace and harmony among tribal communities, better regional cooperation. How do we want to reach this state? We divided our strategies in 2 phases. The first phase is from 6 months to 1 year. And this time, we will select countries in communities in countries selected. This comes in the following slide. Train local workforce, creating community awareness, setting up solar panel factories, or if not, importing them, and fixing issues related to electricity. The next phase will be from 1 year to 10 years. In this time, also our activity will be work to reach countries selected with clean, efficient, affordable, and renewable energy. educate local communities to take full ownership, and educate local engineers to take full responsibility. What resources do we have, especially in terms of resources in Africa? We have solar resources, wind energy resources, hydro resources, geothermal, biomass, tidal energy, and the wave. All these can be energy resources in Africa, but we are not going to deal with each of them. Next slide. Our energy niche is solar hybrid mini grids. These are very efficient and cost effective, and it is also based on the current living situation. Africa is a very diverse community, so this is very easy and the fast way to reach local communities with clean and affordable energy. Our resources will be financial and human resources. And who will do it? We encourage local investors to take initiative, and also we in this presentation we will take initiative at least to establish an NGO to work together with the local governments and the national governments, and also we encourage international investors to take this advantage, because Africa has untapped potential for international investors to really help Africa to get out of this problem. Our cost is we didn't really, this is not really a finalized cost estimate, but based on current situation, we're going to encounter 10 countries in the timeline. We will be dealing with from 2023 to 2033. Number of people per country per year, we want to reach at least 100,000 people, and per family, per cost, or per customer, we estimated $1,000. And the total for a year for per country 1 million, and for 10 countries 10 million, and for 10 years $1 billion. Where are we going to get this funding? We want to encourage local governments to fund from carbon tax and the fossil fuel subsidies. Local business owners and communities, and also international community like European Union. Also, we expect African Development Bank, foundations, World Bank, IMF, and others. These are areas that we plan to cover, and especially we are focusing in East Africa, 10 countries: Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Somalia, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. And this time we will, in 6 months, we will spot potential pilot areas and start implementing our plan. How can we achieve this? We will achieve this prepared state working closely and in collaboration with all stakeholders, create dependable local workforce, mobilize and educate local communities to create awareness to play a role and fully own the project. And we create research and development centers, at least we can consider developing one in each country. And this is what we have. Thank you. And we have that.
Thank you very much. Any of the evaluators have any comments, suggestions? We're racing against time here, so we want to move quickly. We have one more presentation to do, and we're running out of time.
Well, just Madar, just real quickly then, this is Wayne. The topic is very, very relevant for the continent. And the idea of Power Africa, it has to be on the front burner for moving forward in the future. And there's a lot of very positive things that are going on related to that. So I'm very happy to see this application being part of this year's work at the lab.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, I also
Kurt, Jim, Lisa.
Yeah, I also thought it was very strong, and so I like that comment about local engineers. And I think, I've heard a lot of people will leave a country, go off somewhere, get educated, and feel like they can't return. There's not a good job. Well, there you go. As you start to offer those opportunities for those people, they'll start coming back, and then they'll start training. And that ties in the next thing. I was also encouraged that you had a cost per person that wasn't that far off of the previous project. Those are very reasonable costs. And I do not believe that they should just be based on, well, how much would a person pay? I mean, that's really important. I think, you have to look at that. But I think that your funders, and I would include faith-based, will understand that the model of doing this kind of thing has other benefits, right? It's increasing education, it's reducing malnutrition, it's reducing health impacts, it's got a bunch of other stuff in there. And then, as usual, I'll say, start small, find a funder, do a thing there. I really like the idea you'd found a system that was existing. And if you could, demonstrate in a community or three how they could get a hold of this and understand it and build it themselves from the components and maintain it, I think that'd be very strong. So thank you.
Yeah, and just real quick, for your team, the mini grids and the other teams like Empower Africa and the Light Up Africa, as you submit your final report, maybe get out your pencils and your calculators and share your cost per kilowatt hour. Like, what will your cost be to generate the kilowatt of electricity? Because I think there's a sense here that the cost per kilowatt is dropping very low very quickly with these solar installations to make it very feasible for communities to afford it. So that might be an interesting data point for all the teams, is to pencil in your estimated cost per kilowatt of to generate the electricity.
Okay, any more comments, suggestions? Lisa, you look like you were on. Turned your camera on.
No, I just
Okay.
turned on as an evaluator. I think what he just said is key. Understanding the cost per I think we would say kilowatt hour. That's key, I think. And I do love how he was saying for everyone else to kind of go back and look at the same thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the last presentation we need to get to very quickly so that we can make sure we got everybody fit in. So Edmund, I'm assuming the next one is ready to be shared. If you could get it up there quickly so that we don't lose any of our evaluators. They've got to run off to their next task. So the last presentation.